back to Park Bench here in Sullivan. We're here today with Jas Johal and Ben Guman, the co-owners of Fit Nation here on 64th Avenue in Surrey. So guys, welcome, and thanks for taking the time to be with us today. So tell us a little bit about Fit Nation.
Fit Nation Stronghouse is a strength training facility that predominantly works in group personal training, where coaches work with 1 to 3 or 4 individuals at once. And then we also specialize in kinesiology work. So that would be post-motor vehicle accident cases done through ICBC, and private cases as well for low back pain, shoulder issues, knee issues. Essentially what we're trying to do is push the notion that training is rehab and rehab is training. In the traditional gym setting, everyone thinks of fitness as just strength training or cardiovascular training, and a lot of people have problems where they try to go to the gym, however they end up having pain. So that's exactly where we come in. We're looking to remove the pain triggers that are causing you pain and then get you into training pain-free. We look to see what are the demands imposed upon you throughout your daily living or at work. So those are your work demands, and what's your current work capacity. And what we look to do is increase your capacity so it oversees the demands and there's no shortfall between, and as a result, you're not in pain.
So a lot of also what we incorporate with our training and our services is motivating the mental side of everything. So making sure that whatever the outside factors are that you're dealing with, that you're getting stronger in yourself through the training. So a lot of our stuff is motivation. A lot of our stuff is self-confidence work. Our coaches always incorporate some sort of inspirational, or making sure that you're taking not just your weak points in your body, but also in your mind. Any barriers that you put up for yourself, we work towards working through those. A lot of the training that we do, we see it as therapy because everyone's going through something, and we try and make you the strongest person that you can be here so that you can be the strongest person outside as well.
We find what's the hardest thing you do well, and then we push that. One thing that we do find is most people will limit themselves just with their mind. They're their biggest limiting factor, and that's where we step in. We want to empower you so that you can understand that there's really nothing out there that you can't do.
Part of our credos here is the mind, body, and the spirit. So at any given time, whatever service you're here for, we make sure that we're empowering your mind, your body, and your spirit, no matter how long you're here for or whatever it is. Everything incorporates the mind, body, and spirit. We don't do anything without those three in mind, whether that's on social media, whether that's your rehab program, whether that's your training, if you're here just for conditioning, or even if you're just coming in for a chat with us. One of our main core values, the pillars of Fit Nation, are the mind, body, and the spirit.
Fitness has got a big reputation for just being focused on the pounds lost or the weight lost or burning fat. We're taking the focus away from that, and we're going for a holistic approach where it's about the mind, body, and the spirit, and making sure that all three pillars are strengthened equally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds really great. So what made you guys, or what caused you guys to get into this business? What made you start up Fit Nation?
I think it was a little different for the both of us, but I've known Jas, I think, longer than I haven't known him. So it kind of brewed out of doing stuff we didn't want to do. For myself, I worked a corporate job, and I didn't see myself working in an office my whole life. Fitness has been a part of my life, has been my escape rather, since I was 12, 13 years old. I've been what they call a gym rat, and after doing something I didn't want to do for about 7 years, I just decided to get into fitness and start taking on clients. We started off super grassroots, where we were training people where we can find them. So outside of schools, we were training them in their backyard, in their living room, just anywhere and everywhere possible. And we kind of built up a clientele base from that, and then a few years later kind of leased out our own place, outfitted it, and then started developing our system. And ever since we've developed our system, we've kind of honed in on what it is that differentiates us from everyone else, and how we feel we are at the forefront of what it is to do the mind, body, and spirit training in the realm within North America, within Canada, however you want to see it.
I myself grew up in track and field as a teenager, and then once that kind of ended, I became a gym rat, much like Ben, focused on weight training. At that point, I decided that instead of going to UBC for a BSc and becoming a doctor, much like many Indian kids, I decided to go into kinesiology. So I studied kinesiology at UBC for about 4 years. In my senior year, at about third or fourth year, Ben had this great idea of starting this organization called Fit Nation. That's when we kind of joined forces. I started off just as a personal trainer, just like him, doing mobile personal training. And then in 2014, I started working on kinesiology specific files.
All right, so last question. Why do people come here? What do people love most about coming here?
One of the biggest things is it's not your average gym. It's more of a family feel. Everybody is like a member of a big extended family. We take the focus away from, we basically create an environment that challenges what a modern gym does. A lot of the individuals that come here, we have a large amount of Indian females that come here, and traditionally that is a demographic that does not feel comfortable going to your average gym. They feel everybody's watching them, they feel like they're doing something wrong. So what we do is we create an environment where that's no longer the case. We provide direction so that they don't feel like they're doing things wrong, and we look to increase the confidence.
What we're trying to do with even the layout, as you were walking around, you would notice that you didn't see a mirror anywhere. There's no place for you to stand there, take selfies or take videos of yourself while you're working out. We challenge the status quo of what it is to go to a gym and what a gym looks like. And even when it comes down to the music, or a lot of gyms don't allow slamming weights or even chalk and stuff like that. We want to erase all of that, and we want to make it so that this is the most comfortable place you can come to be uncomfortable. And what that uncomfortable gives you is your goals, because everything is outside of your comfort zone. So we want to at least let the setting be so comfortable in the environment, and even the interactions that you have with everyone else, where you're doing some of the most grueling stuff you're going to do in your day physically, where you're going to laugh your ass off doing it. And we're going to make sure that you're going to have a good time doing it. And you're going to leave not crawling out of here like, oh, I'm so sore, what an intense workout. You're going to leave out of here vibrant, smiling, probably laughing about half the jokes that we cracked up out here, and feeling like your body actually is heading in the right direction.
The goal is always to first move well and then move often. What we find with the North American societies is over the years, activity levels have been diminishing. A lot of individuals are sedentary, they're not moving around enough, and as a result we have dire health implications such as increases in cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and things of that nature. So we look to ensure that we can make a dent in that and make our community and the populace out here active and moving often.
We want to change the reason why people go to the gym. We don't want it to be where you only go to the gym if you want to lose weight or you want to gain a lot of muscle. No, we're all like sedentary individuals now. We're sitting for 8 hours a day. It's not how we were designed. So you need to have habits, however small or grand that they are, you need to have habits so that you're counteracting the work that you're doing, because the work is not how our body was designed, to sit in front of a desk with your neck forward. So the postural changes, like there's things out there that are saying that as we've evolved through time, we're devolving back into this. And we want to kind of expand that out. We want to make sure that people are exploring all of their options, make sure they have a diverse way of working out. There's not just one way, there's many ways, but you have to do something, because if not, time will get you. And you always want to be ahead of that race against time and not behind it.
All right. Well, Jazz, Ben, thank you both again for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
Thank you
Thanks
for having
very
us. Thank you so much.